Did you know that being overwhelmed with affection at the start of a relationship could actually be a red flag? Let's dive into the dark side of love bombing. You can imagine you're starting a new relationship, you're so excited, and you are just thinking to yourself, like, this is the best thing ever until it's not. In today's video, we want to explore the deceptive tactic known as love bombing, where excessive displays of affection are used as a manipulation tool. The challenge with this is that you really end up loving this person, really liking this person, being really into them until you find that the affection changes, the attention shifts, um, things are starting to be demeaning and hurtful. And while it may be exciting and fresh at the beginning of the relationship, you find that this person doesn't like you as much as you thought. You thought that they're not, you realize that they're not as into you as you thought, and that the actual affection and attention and gifts and dates and fun times have just been a way to get you to do what they want you to do, remain in the mindset that keeps them in control and allows you to be manipulated. And as we dive into the psychology behind love bombing, how it can be difficult to recognize, um, and seeing the impact it can have on the victim's mental health is really important, because when we look at the psychology behind love bombing, we can easily see that it tends to be by people who are sometimes narcissistic, people who are controlling, people who have anxious attachment styles, people um, who want you to believe that they are more into you than they really are, so that your guards, your defenses are down. You know, you're not going to keep defenses high. You're not going to keep your guards up for someone who's showering you with attention and with affection. And as we look at unveiling the keys and the signs of love bombing, we want to be able to help you identify and protect yourself from falling into this harmful trap. When you realize that it's just hot and heavy too soon, the expensive dates, the constant calling, texting, uh, video chats, then it evolves into just more and more showering of what comes across as love. Um, we want to be able to identify it and say, this feels a bit much. This feels like it's coming on too soon. Does it mean that if someone gives you expensive gifts that they're love bombing? No. Does it mean that if somebody is showering you with phone calls and text messages that it's love bombing? No. What I'm saying is there is a difference between interest that progresses over time and affection and attention that grows over time, versus this onslaught within the first few days, first couple weeks of a relationship, where it's not paced. And so if you feel like you are in a situation where you are experiencing love bombing, you need to call it out. That's first and foremost, if you have the internal bandwidth to do that. For some people, you end up being love bombed because you may be a bit more vulnerable. You have low self-esteem. You're not really where you need to be with your self-worth and your value and sense of self. And so when someone comes along who shows you attention, who makes you feel worthy, who makes you feel valuable, who makes you for the first time feel seen and heard, chances are that you could fall into this trap. So first I want to say, try and position yourself so that you are the healthiest version of you, so that when you do see love bombing, when you do experience it, you can say, you know what, while I appreciate, you know, um, all the fun times and all the attention, but I think we need to take a step back and slow things down. It's really okay to do that. And if someone is really interested, it'll be all good. Um, Love bombing is dangerous, and we want to emphasize the importance of setting boundaries. Like I've told my client, every season of a relationship has its own box, it has its own compartment. When you are at the first few days of a relationship or just getting to know someone and you're functioning like you've been together for 3 years, that's a problem, right? The level of intimacy, the sharing, all this kind of stuff is too much too soon. And so when you feel like you are being just bombed by love, and you just start feeling unsettled, you don't feel at peace, it's okay to say, let's slow things down a little bit. I'm not really comfortable with how this thing is being paced at this point. And if they stick around, wonderful. If not, it's all good. You've dodged a very harmful and dangerous situation. So love yourself enough to see love bombing for what it is, and know that you can be loved in a healthy way and that is consistent and that will stand the test of time. Not this relationship that comes across so strong and so beautiful, but then it fades because it's just love bombing. So love yourself, take care of yourself, and work on not needing that love and attention and and affection so much so that you can and are willing to just deal with anything. All right, you got this. Until next time, give yourself some grace, and hope to see you engaging in this video. And I'd love to hear to see your comments, and remember to subscribe so we can continue to learn and grow together. See you next time.